Oh, hello. Good evening. This is Creating Cards with Sherry. It is Tuesday evening. I am Sherry, and I'm so glad that you have joined me for my Tickled Tuesday video. I got this month, September's paper pumpkin in the mail, so I thought I would introduce that to you today. It's really a cool set. Um, and it's actually designed by our previous CEO, who is Sarah's mother, Shelley. And so we are very excited that she is sharing her taste of creativity with us. This is what we're going to be making. We're going to be making a little thank you bag so that you can fill with treats, and also a card that says with love and gratitude. All right. So we're going to make both of those today. I'm going to show you what's in this kit. I took out a bunch of stuff so that I can show it to you and then lay it in here the way it needs to be. All right. So what you'll get in this kit is you'll get a bunch of punch outs. So there you have some gold leaves and some other type of pumpkins and leaves. And you'll get your sentiment um, tags. I'm going to keep that out because I'm going to need it. And then along with it, oh, here's some more punch outs. Every time I pick this thing up, one of them falls out. Here it is. um, so anyway, then you'll get the boxes or the bags that you will need, your cards and envelopes. Then of course it'll come with stamps and where is it? The stamp and spot. The one that's used in here is the Lost Lagoon, and it will come with two different adhesives, the dots and our tear and tape. So that's what you have to work with. And we're going to go ahead and assemble this card. Now, the other thing that it does, as all paper pumpkins kits, is they give you the instructions. And what I do first is I will look at the side, there it is, where it shows number one and all that you're going to need in that card. And then, so in this card, I'm going to need this sheet, the card itself, a small leaf, those leaves, and the two pumpkins. And then it shows this size of sentiment. And we are going to stamp on there with love and gratitude. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp this up and put it on our little tag. There we go. And I'm going to take that right out and put that with there. And I'm just going to grab the envelope as well, so then I have everything together. It also shows that we need another stamp, and so I'm going to get that stamp ready and just lay it aside until we make it. For our bag, we're going to need I just noticed something and I'm trying to figure out what happened to it. There's another adhesive that came with these, and that was the Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm not sure what happened to them, but I'm sure they're around here. Anyway, this one is, we have our bag and we have the two punch outs, and it uses the bigger flag and the stamp thank you. So we're going to go ahead and put that on right away. And we have that set aside. All right. Now we should be set to go. Except that I gotta find those Stampin' Dimensionals. That's funny. I had this upstairs, so I don't know if I left them upstairs or what I did. Oh, they dropped on the floor. Here we go. There we go. Now we got them all. All right, so let's go to number 1, which is our card. And so I'm going to pull this out first, and I'm going to take my bone folder. You'll want your bone folder. It's already scored where it needs to fold, and I usually fold them twice. I will fold them inside out and then the correct way, because that just gets them flatter and easier to work with. Now it shows us that we need to take this fancy stamp, and we're going to stamp around to give our card a border. So just like it shows there, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get my stamp, and I'm going to just do the top half of it because that's all that really needs to be showing. And I'm going to put this in the corner. And then I'm going to put it over here. And then I'm going to put one more up here. Alrighty. And there we have our 3 spots stamped on there. Then, what does this show us next? It shows us where to put our dots. Now, those black dots are for glue dots. The open white circles are for the adhesives. So, there's the Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm sorry. So we're going to take our glue dots and our Stampin' Dimensionals, and you will want to take your pick tool, because that will help you to remove the dots easily, as well as the tear and tape, which we will be using later on. All right, here are all of our pieces that need to be taken care of. So I'm going to start with our gold foil, and it shows us where to put the dots. So I'm going to put one here, and one over here, and one in the center. Okay, and then we're just going to take away the top layer of take that paper away, and it shows that it goes right in the middle here, or not on the middle, but in the upper left-hand corner, sort of, and we're going to do that. Then it shows the leaves. Yep. And so we're going to take our glue dots, and we're going to put one there, one there, one there, and one more down here in the corner. And then we're going to take the paper off of that. And we're going to put these leaves in the lower left-hand corner, like that. Okay. Then we have, let's see, we're going to have the big pumpkin first. So I want to get this so that it's kind of in the right direction. And it shows that this one takes Stampin' Dimensionals. That's what those big white circles are. So I'm going to take a Stampin' Dimensional, and I'm going to put one here in the corner, and one off to the side, and one off to the side. Then I'm going to take the paper off of there. Oh, come on. And then I'm going to take my pumpkin, and I'm going to put it right there. Then I'm going to take my mini pumpkin and turn it over, and it shows that there is one dot, glue dot, and two dimensionals, and I'll explain why that is in a minute as we go along here. So I'm going to put this on the left hand side like it shows. Now I have to make sure. Oops, you know what? I'm going to remove that. Sometimes you have to watch at the pattern of how these are laid down. Okay, maybe that is correct then. Okay. All right, we're going to put that glue dot back there. And then we're going to put a Stampin' Dimensional there and one there. And we're going to remove all the paper off of these items. Now what we're going to do is the side with the glue dot is going to go on this pumpkin, and the side with the dimensionals will go below that so that they're all at the same level. If I were to put a Stampin' Dimensional on here, it would just raise that up and then you'd have a teetered pumpkin. But by doing it this way, everything is at the same level. Okay, so that's why you do that. Now, our sentiment, it looks like we have glue dots. So I'm going to put 3 glue dots on here as it shows. And we'll remove the paper on those. And this goes right above. With love and gratitude. And there you have your cute little card with your cute little envelope. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now, let me get rid of all my little scraps here. And we are going to get started with our bag, which is number 2 on the instruction sheet. Okay, this is a little tricky, so you have to look at it closely when you do it. You lay it down the way it shows so that you have this out or showing, and you're going to flip this side over. So this one's going to be over. And I would use my bone folder for every fold that you have to make so that you have it working correctly and it'll easily close for you. Okay, then we're going to use tear and tape on this one. So I'm just going to put that straight across. And then it shows that we also need tear and tape at the top of this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, then we have to turn it over, and it shows that we have to put tear and tape on that side. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. Then it shows us that we need to put our bag together. Now what I would do is I would go through first and just make all those creases so that everything will fold for you well. Here's another long one. And this one bends this way. This one bends this way. You just have to look at where the score lines are and go from there. You'll pop it open. Oh, And you will have, this part you'll have to do with your fingers. It's too hard to do with the bone folder. But you go around and just get all your creases in there. And you will see that this is the bottom of your bag. And so, trying to think of how I did this the other day. Okay, put these in first, and this flap is going to go on top of those. So we're going to take this, and we're just going to remove the paper on this tear and tape. Having trouble getting there. Okay. And then you hold it together as best you can. Get it centered in there, and you'll lay that down. And I would take my bone folder and just go in there and press it down real good to make sure that everything is sticking together correctly. And then you can take your tear and tape off the bigger end, flip that over so that seals the whole box or bag. And again, you can take your bone folder and just make sure that it gets in there correctly. Now you see, you might not see it very easily on your from the camera, but there's a score line right here. And so you're going to push in there so that it bends on those score lines. And you're going to do it on both sides. I don't know if you can see them. Oh, you can kind of see them there. Okay. So you're going to bend on all those score lines because that's going to help your bag stand up and fold correctly. And then you'll just put your little treats in there. Now it shows us on here that we have to put 2 Stampin' Dimensionals at the top of this. And so before I do that though, oh, I guess you do it ahead of time. I kind of disagree with that. I'm going to flip this over and put these things on first because I think it'll just be easier rather than to work through the bumps on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over, and I'm going to take my 2 punch outs that I need. And this was kind of unique of how it gets put together. So it shows us that we put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the top and on the back. Now, let's see here. All right. So I'm going to take this. Oh, here. That's where I got confused. All right. You might have to do a couple of them. You'll want to put some Stampin' Dimensionals there. And let's say there. And there. And then we're going to flip it over. And we're going to put dimensionals here. Oh, I see how this is going now. Okay. And you're going to put one down here and one right here. Okay. Then what you do is you'll take away the paper from the back side. And you're going to put this, let's see, it goes this way on your flap. So we're going to put this up here and it will stick to the bottom. And then you're going to take the top paper off of these. And that's going to hold this in place. Okay, then it shows that our sentiment, let's see, where does it show? There we go, right here. It gets 3 Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in here. Take the paper off. And we're going to put this right above. Then we take Stampin' Dimensionals and we're going to put them on the inside of our flap, because that will cause our bag to fold or to stay in place once you fold it. And there you have your bag. Simple enough, huh? So we have both the card that goes with the bag and the bag itself that you can fill with any treats that you want, or whatever special gift, maybe a gift card or something special just for whoever you're giving it to. And then it just presents a really nice gift. And so I think that's great. They turned out wonderful, and they're not that difficult to make. It's just a little tricky in figuring out where the glue dots go. All right, next month, though, we have another special kit. I'm going to just turn this off and switch to what I want you to see. There we go. For the month of October, it's Home for the Holidays Paper Pumpkin Kit. And you can create sparkly Christmas cards with this. I understand that there's going to be a little bit of glue glitter with it so that you can make your cards all sparkly and Christmassy, and it'll be a lot of fun. You have until the 10th of October to get that, so be sure to get your order in today. Just go to my store at creatingcardswithsherry.stampinup.net and go to the menu bar and go and find, it's either under kits or it'll be listed separately. It'll say paper pumpkin, and that's where you will go to find this kit that you can order. Home for the Holidays. Whoops, wrong one. So we want you to go ahead and get that. I'm having problems here. There we go. All right. So make sure that you get that for your next kit and enjoy this one. You do have until, well, actually, this is done now. September 10th is done. This is what's been put out there already. We're going to have a lot of exciting things in the next one, and you don't want to miss it. You don't know if it's going to be bags or cards, or it looks like, to me, from the things that I've read, you'll be able to make a little scenery like you would put up a little town or a little village. There we go. And so you'll want to make sure that you get next month's kit because it will be really cool to make that little village. All right, thanks so much for joining me today. You have a fantastic Tuesday and what's left of it, and then we will see you again on Sunday for my Simple Sunday video. Bye now.